This evening, Jagdeo takes the rap for Singh and Brassington's questionable transactions. Former minister claims Constitution makes two types of Guyanese. Women discuss sexual assault during awareness. And we bring you the top regional and international headlines of the day.
From Safe TV headquarters in South Rival Gardens, this is Safe TV Headline News with George Gonzalez.
Today is Thursday, April the 12th, 2018, and this edition of Headline News is now being streamed live on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us. The Special Organized Crime Unit has made the decision to charge two former PPPC officials with gross misconduct in public office. Former Minister of Finance Dr. Ashni Singh and former head of NISL, Winston Brassel, were charged in absentia. The two have been given 3 weeks to return to Guyana to answer the charges. There were no details read in relation to the charges against the two, but several forensic audits have recommended charges for persons fingered in cases of malpractice, mainly in relation to the sale of state lands and property. Singh and Brassington left Guyana shortly after the 2015 elections. They are believed to be living in Dubai and Florida, respectively. Soku had reportedly been trying to get in contact with the two over the past 2 years as it conducted its investigation. Nonetheless, Chief Magistrate Anne McLennan adjourned the case until May the 7th. Following the revelations, the opposition leader today claimed responsibility for the deals for which Brassington and Singh could possibly face jail time. Wendell Jeffrey has more.
Today, former PPP Minister of Finance Dr. Ashni Singh and NISL's former CEO Winston Brassington were criminally charged. Also today, the leader of the opposition, Jagdeo, took full responsibility for their actions. He also gave the press and the people of Guyana a sneak preview into the defense strategy that the PPP will be using to represent the two accused.
Why are you charging Ashni Singh and Brassington when there is a cabinet decision on every one of these issues?
At his press conference today, former President Jagdeo said that the Granger administration is setting the precedent to send themselves to jail when the PPP returns to power.
If that was the case, the entire lot of them, if you charge people for no valuation, and then the entire lot should have been in jail by today. And frankly speaking, with these procedural errors, I'm going to talk about who will go to jail in the future. Because if this is it, this entire cabinet will find itself in jail.
The opposition leader was speaking in connection with the charges that were today laid in court against the former Minister of Finance and NISL's former CEO. Jagdeo said that when it comes to honesty and accountability, Brassington and Singh stand up better than many of the current ministers of government.
I know that Ashni Singh and Winston Brassington, in spite of all that they say about them, they have more integrity in their little finger than many of these ministers have in their whole body, from head to toe.
When Kaicho News reporter asked if he is accepting responsibility for the deeds of Singh and Brassington, the opposition leader said this.
These reports, the recommendations originated from the privatization unit, went to a privatization board. The composition of that board includes people from the private sector, from the labor movement, and the consumer affairs. That board has not been meeting now. They disbanded the board, and then a recommendation came to cabinet. The cabinet accepted the recommendation, and there's a cabinet decision which has been issued back to the Ministry of Finance and to the privatization unit to execute. So Brassington or Ashni Singh could not have executed these decisions unless it matter came to the recommendation was approved by the cabinet. I was head of the cabinet at that time.
Pressed, if given his pronounced innocence of Brassington and Singh, he would advise that the two accused return to face the charges, the opposition leader said this.
That is for these two persons to decide. They will make their own decisions. You're asking me something now.
I'm asking you your advice.
No. My advice to them will be tendered in private, not at a press conference.
For Channel 2 Headline News, Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. The Court of Appeal on Wednesday discharged a stay of proceedings granted by Justice of Appeal Don Gregory on July 26, 2017. The discharge gives the courts the go-ahead to continue the Jennifer Westford and Margaret Cummings criminal cases. Former Minister of Public Service Dr. Jennifer Westford's case involves 8 state vehicles for which she has been charged with forgery of documents and attempting to transfer same to other persons. The stay of proceedings was appealed by the Attorney General to the full bench of the Court of Appeal. The next trial date has yet to be announced. April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month. Esther Sobers took to the streets to ask persons their views on the topic.
While April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month, men and women across Guyana have shared their views on sexual assault.
Generally, it boils my blood when I think about it, because women are the ones who suffer the most about this, and in particularly younger women. And then when we think of children, you can only think of the girl child. It brings in as well the boy child, because there are times sodomy takes place. You know, it's a sickening thing that goes on out there. And where children are concerned, parents have to be more vigilant, because for me, I spend as much time with my child as possible, even in where they care are concerned. You can't generally trust anybody.
Women going through the full impact of this thing right now, okay? And as I always encourage people, the women them nowadays need good counseling and good directing. And not every woman you talk to, you need to go under the skin or eat them. Always, male gender, female gender, treat each other as one.
While sexual assault against women is highly prevalent in society, one woman opined that more persons need to be trained when sexual crimes are reported.
For the first time you go to the police station. The policemen are there. They haven't got a clue what you're talking about. The first thing is that, you asked for it because you were dressed in such and such a way. So they need professionals to be trained to be able to deal with these problems. And of course it's serious. It really is serious. But I don't know what Guyana is doing about it.
Meanwhile, Jamaican-born Alicia spoke of the clothing women wear should not have them subject of being sexually assaulted.
Wearing a particular type of clothes shouldn't cause the men to say, oh, you're asking for it, because you're supposed to dress how you want to dress. So, for me, women don't ask for it, the men just do it, and I think they should speak out when it's happening and say something, because it's not right. I've been in that kind of situation several times, and I didn't ask for it. They're just doing it because they feel as if they're allowed to, and that's wrong.
However, one man differs in his views, suggesting that women need to respect themselves more to avoid wearing clothing that may lead to them being sexually assaulted.
Women need to respect themselves more and, show appreciation for who they are in terms of dress, in terms of ethics, generally in society. First, they need to, in the workplace, they need to conduct themselves appropriately in schools, even in certain other workplaces, and even university at a point, to the extent.
Do you have friends that that sexually assault women?
Well, I do not have at this point, but per se I had known probably some time back, yes, but I think counseling may have aid to help to overcome at some point or the other. I think people need counseling, at various levels, such even as in a Christian perspective.
Sexual assault can take many different forms and can be defined in different ways. But one thing remains the same, it's never the victim's fault. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Don't go away. after the break. One former PPP minister claims the Constitution creates two classes of citizens. But first, here's today's foreign currency exchange rates.
The Big King you love just chickened out. Introducing the new Chicken Big King with 2 crispy chicken patties and our signature King sauce. The new Chicken Big King, now part of our Burger King favorites. Only at Burger King, where taste is king.
Mom, what are you doing with GPL on your list?
Child, you forgot I have to pay GPL?
You got time with GPL?
I have to keep these lights on. The customers who think in that manner and refuse to honor their obligation to GPL are obviously not playing their part in ensuring quality service delivery. So, I will continue to pay my GPL bill on time, every time.
I recognize the value of your point, Mom. You were right.
For all your floor covering needs, Kissoons has you covered. From wall-to-wall carpets, runners, rugs in all sizes and designs, mats for all entranceways, vinyl and rubber tiles too. And with our vast stock and knowledge, you're guaranteed to find your floor covering solution with us. We provide free estimates, and did I mention we install too? Like I said, we've got you covered. Kissoons Furniture, furnishing homes for over 60 years.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go. Welcome back. The Guyana Oil Company has let go of its marketing and sales manager, Eric Wall. In his position, he oversaw the largest department in the company with a staff of over 150 persons, including all the GuyOil service station workers. Nonetheless, he expressed confusion over the state-owned company's decision, saying, quote, "As I make my exit, I do so not sure of the reasons, since I had an excellent performance appraisal in 2017. I was not written to by the CEO or the board on any performance or disciplinary matter in 2018. As a consequence, I was not given a chance to be heard, which is fundamental in any normal functioning organization." Wall has served as the marketing and sales manager since May 3, 2016. The Department of Social Cohesion unveiled this year's Harmony Village. Wendell Jeffrey was at the opening ceremony and filed this report.
George, Main Street burst alive this morning as the Ministry of the Presidency, the Ministry of Social Cohesion, and the Ministry of Youth, Culture and Sport presented Harmony Village. It began with a series of prayers from across sections of the religions represented in Guyana, and it also had presentations from several groups making up a cross-section of the ethnicities represented here in Guyana. This is a taste of what happened this morning at the Harmony Village on Main Street.
Said gem like and fair between mountains and sea. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen Ar-Rahman.
And we declare in the words of the Holy Scriptures that this is the day that the Lord has made.
Prince and princess must trot out of Babylon. I Ethiopia now stretch forth I hands unto Kadmawi Haile Selassie.
Even if he blind, me got my bush right here for he. Oh. Yes, the manahar. And you know what this manahar good for too? If your foot are hot you just take off one leaf, you put them underneath your foot bottom, you tie them up or put on one sock, and then when you sleep and wake up, one new foot!
We all are Guyanese, proud and patriotic. I do firmly believe that unity does not necessarily lie in uniformity. Unity is all about variety, with variety being the spice of life.
Yeah, those are the guys on the Magic Fingers there, drumming away as usual. What's your take on what's happening?
Well, it's very nice out there, you know, we're just having fun, enjoying our culture, doing our thing. You know it is, all the time.
Respect. The village would remain. You can get sculptures, all things Guyanese from across the races and ethnicities of Guyana. And so if you have missed today and would like to get an idea of what the Harmony Village is like, you can indeed come tomorrow and indeed for the rest of the week.
Thanks, Wendell. The Central Housing and Planning Authority is determined to bring order to its housing schemes. Over the past 3 decades, Guyana has experienced an explosive level of development in the housing sector. This was due in large part to the previous administration's establishment of housing schemes nationwide. Unfortunately, much of the development of the housing schemes were allowed to continue unchecked. This has led to large swaths of undeveloped lots and illegal construction within these housing schemes. To counter this, the Central Housing and Planning Authority has employed the services of rangers. The rangers are tasked with monitoring housing schemes for contraventions under the Town and Country Planning Act and agreement of sale issued to allottees. The rangers are also tasked with reporting such offenses to the relevant authorities. Nonetheless, the CHMPA requests the assistance of the general public in reporting such infractions. Last night, the University of Guyana hosted its 3rd discussion on law and society. This one was presented by Justice Carl Singh. While the Constitution grants equality to all citizens, one former PPPC minister claims that an amendment to the Constitution effectively creates 2 castes of citizens in Guyana. Wendell Jeffrey was at the discussion and filed this report.
Also, the Hordmanston Lodge last night was a question posed by Senior Counsel Ralph Ramkaran as it relates to the challenge to the term, the 3rd term, and that is right now being discussed at the appealed level for a 3rd term, for the presidential 3rd term. Here are some takes of that question and the reaction that the questioner got.
Recently there has been lots of discussion and debate, including in the newspapers, over the two-term limit. A case in which a very civic-minded person, named Richardson, brought a case under Article 90 of the Constitution. There's another section in Article 90, Section 1, which has troubled me for nearly 2 decades. It provides that the person who is elected president shall be a Guyanese by birth and parentage. The Constitution creates 2 levels of citizenship. Those who can be elected president, who must be born in Guyana or have parents as Guyanese. And those who are naturalized Guyanese.
This whole Article 90 is a matter that is sub judice. And I am pained. I see people offering comments on the possible outcome of the case. I see people discussing the merits of the case, people who ought to know better. And so I'm sorry, even though you have this 2-decade worry, I'm not prepared tonight. The worry will remain with you.
Justice Carl Singh proffered a very short answer to that. He seems not wanting to be pulled into the political, of course this is the judicial matter, but it also has political overtones, and obviously Justice Carl Singh did not want to be pulled into that, and so his answer was very succinct. But no doubt when the question was posed, it raised a lot of eyebrows and caused a lot of giggles and reaction from the folks who were gathered here at the Hardman-Stun Lodge last night.
Thanks, Wendell. Join us after the break for your regional news, international news, and more. Ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride taxi service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
For all your floor covering needs, Kissoons has you covered. From wall-to-wall carpets, runners, rugs in all sizes and designs, mats for all entranceways, vinyl and rubber tiles too. And with our vast stock and knowledge, you're guaranteed to find your floor covering solution with us. We provide free estimates, and did I mention we install too? Like I said, we've got you covered. Kissoons Furniture, furnishing homes for over 60 years.
You know, I'm tired telling you, stop thief electricity. Shh. Don't shush me. You're going to kill yourself and burn down people out. Stop, I'm telling you, stop. This man don't hear you know. Hiya go. Look, I fed up with this stupidness, eh? I gonna fix this one here once and for all. Hello, GPL. Here now, I got a big problem wrong here. They got this chap who continuing to do it. Alright, Skipper, you are under arrest for stealing the electricity.
How we gonna live now?
People, stealing electricity is dangerous to life and property, and it is also against the law.
The Big King you love just chickened out. Introducing the new Chicken Big King with 2 crispy chicken patties and our signature king sauce. The new Chicken Big King, now part of our Burger King favorites. Only at Burger King, where taste is king.
Welcome back. Here's your regional and international headlines for the day. Opposition and independent senators in Trinidad and Tobago opposed the government's proposal of a 25-year jail term for gang leaders and members. The senators state that such a sentence was a slap on the wrist for criminals. Senator Gerald Ramdeen gave his views during the committee stage of the anti-gang bill in the Senate, stating, "We will lose the opportunity to put away people who we need to put away behind bars for long periods of time if you set the maximum of 25 years. I cannot subscribe and sit here and say, let us put 25 years. What is the rationale for the 25 years? Of the 25-year jail term, Ramdeen said the gang leader or member would only serve 16 years. Grammy Award-winning dancehall artist Sean Paul is making a plea for blood donors to help save his father's life. In a video posted to his social media platforms, the singer said that his father, Garth Enriquez, is at the intensive care unit of the University Hospital of the West Indies and is in dire need of O-negative blood. He also asked for others to donate anyway, as the island is very low on supplies. And in international news, investigators in Argentina discovered 540 kilograms of marijuana missing from a police warehouse in Pilar, northwest of Buenos Aires. The warehouse originally stored 6,000 kilos of cannabis, but following the installation of a new police commissioner, an inventory count indicated that 540 kilograms were missing. According to the city's former police commissioner, Javier Specia, the drugs were, quote, eaten by mice. Forensic experts doubted mice would see the drugs as food and would probably have died if they had eaten it. The police officers will now testify in front of the judge on the 4th of May. And finally, Great Britain is waging a cyber war on ISIS. Jeremy Fleming revealed that his intelligence agency, GCHQ, began a, quote, major offensive cyber campaign against ISIS in 2017. The operation hindered the terrorist group's ability to coordinate attacks and suppressed its propaganda. This is the first known occurrence of Great Britain systematically degrading an enemy's online efforts in a military campaign. Much of the cyber operation was deemed too sensitive to talk about, but he did hint that they have destroyed equipment and whole online networks. Here's your 7-day weather forecast and this week's bridge retraction schedule. And that's Channel 2 Headline News for this Thursday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to find Channel 2 Headline News on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, headlinenewsguyana.com. You can also tune in tomorrow morning at 6:30 for a rebroadcast, and Monday evening at 7 o'clock for more news. For now, I'm George Gonzalez, signing out from this newscast, saying thank you for welcoming us into your homes, and do have a blessed week.